Cool guys, so in this video we're going to talk a little bit about how everything that vibrates together harmonizes together, and basically what that means is that birds of a feather flock together. And in essence, that is a quote that you've probably heard many times, but that's so true, because if something vibrates at a specific frequency, it is only natural for more things that vibrate at the same frequency to find its way to that thing. Now, I'm not saying that if you're going to put a bunch of tables together, that essentially more tables are going to be stacked on top of each other. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's more got to do with how you perceive your own reality. So what energy you vibrating. So now that you know that you are basically a bunch of atoms, molecules, atoms, protons, electrons, neutrons, and subatomic particles, that's what your body consists of. And like everything else, it vibrates. It vibrates at a high frequency, either vibrates at a low frequency. And that vibration starts to impact things around you. So that is why when things go bad, they go really bad, because you start to feel bad, you start to get negative, you start to get depressed, and then more shit happens that justifies, that feeling. And that is why things are going good, it goes really good. That's why the Bible says the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's not because of corruption and politics, and that to an extent plays a role, but it's more alluding to the fact that you get more of what you are, not what you want. And if you vibrate something, and this again is in the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza, which I highly recommend you do read. But as you understand how quantum physics works and how you have control over the way that you vibrate as a human being by using your thoughts and your belief systems, and we're going to dive into this at a later stage in this module, then you start to understand that the law of attraction is really just flipping real. That's what I'm trying to say. Manifesting is real. I am a testament to it. People around me are a testament to it. And manifesting is nothing other than just understanding how quantum physics work and then matching the vibration of the reality that you want, essentially. And that's what I'll be teaching you in the rest of this module. And this is now how we're getting into the actual essence of how to create your reality with your mind, how to visualize and how to actually make it happen. And I'm also explaining the science of it so that you can understand it's not just woohoo. A lot of people might be sitting here and they might be very logical thinkers and they're going, well, this doesn't make sense. And that's why I wanted to unpack the science part. And there might be some holes in what I'm saying. So just see it as a macro, as a surface level conversation, because within that surface level, if you wanted to, you can probably poke holes in one or two things, but I can promise you that the macro of it all pans out and checks out, essentially, and it is scientifically proven. But the bottom line is that a lot of people who are logical human beings, who think very logical about life, left brain people, they find it hard to believe that they can actually impact their reality with their mind. I've got many friends who are accountants and lawyers who are all logical thinkers, because that's usually the profession that you go into when you are logical. Business owners, in the other sense, more of them are more right brain people, more creative people. And even though we're logical, there is a balance between the emotional side and the logical side. And some of these people, most of them, actually can manifest their reality so much quicker, because we're not overthinking the actual practicality of it. And we just read maybe like a book like The Secret, or you watch a movie like The Secret, and all of a sudden you go, I'm going to create a vision board. And then all of a sudden a year later you realize 40% of that vision board or 50% of that vision board became your reality, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? And I'm getting goosebumps talking about this. It is also an indication that I'm vibrating at a level that I should, which is best suited to my passions and my needs. The point I'm trying to make is that my journey started as an Enchiacatic Christian laity. I was very religious, and to an extent I appreciate religion for what it is, don't get me wrong, but my mom and dad, they have a Christian bookshop in a town called Stillbay, and long story short, I grew up with the church, and at the age of like 24, I just started questioning things, because that insatiable curiosity that I spoke about earlier in the module, when I was younger, came to the surface again. I was like, what is real, man? How does this work? You read all these conspiracy theories, and you read a book like The Secret, which speaks about the law of attraction, which is very a commercialized way of just saying that the law of that everything vibrates, and that if you choose to influence your vibration in specific ways, you can start to change your reality in a positive way, should you wish. But it's a double-edged sword, because it can also go in a negative way at the end of the day. So I was like, I didn't really know what to believe, but I believed that there was a creator. I've always believed that there's a creator with unconditional love who supported me in my journey. And long story short, I was at a point where I just wanted to survive and make money. So I was like, I read the book called The Secret, and I watched the movie, and then I was like, hold on, let me just try this. I mean, even if it's not true, I'm going to be spending time and energy doing something. So it's not going to really take more energy. In fact, it's not really that difficult to do. All I have to do is just change my perspective. As opposed to watching bullshit at night that's not serving me, I can just create a vision board and feel good about what I'm creating from a visual perspective. As opposed to in the morning, opening up my phone, I can just affirm that what I want in life is coming to me and is happening to me. And the more I did that, the more it actually happened. So this is not a module or a lesson on law of attraction, but I think what I want to do is get you to understand that the law of attraction is really nothing else than the law of vibration. And now we have spoken about, the fact that everything is energy and that everything vibrates. So vibration plus energy is essentially what creates your reality. So the law of attraction, my friends, is not woohoo. It sounds woohoo because of the way it is being explained to us. But if you understand actual science behind it all, you realize that your reality can really be influenced if you understand what creates vibration and what is energy really. And we've now unpacked what energy really is and how matter and energy is inexchangeable and interlinked. Now we've also unpacked in the previous video on vibration, that it's basically waves, and that you can vibrate high, you can vibrate low, that you've got light, which is either in the form of a wave particle or a photon, and when you look at the wave, it becomes a photon, and when you don't look at it, it becomes a wave again. That all interlinks with the fact that everything is energy, everything vibrates, but what's crucial there is that your actual mind impacts how reality becomes constructed around you. And you might be sitting there going, well, I'm going to think positive things now. It doesn't mean that your reality is going to change now, because we live in third dimension. So there are many different dimensions. I think from what I understand, this is just theory for now. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and I think there is a 9th dimension. There's maybe up to 12 even, but this is all part of the dimension that we find ourselves in. And we as humans, we live in this space over here. We live in the third dimension. That's what we call it. We call it the third dimension. And in essence, everything here vibrates a lot slower. As you move up in dimensions, things vibrate quicker. And to the point where this is basically how it looks. So the more you move up in dimensions, the higher the vibration becomes, and the more you lower in density, the lower the vibration becomes. And essentially what this alludes to is that whatever you're thinking now might not just immediately impact your reality now, because the energy has to move quite slowly, and then slowly but surely construct matter around you. You'll see that you think of something today, and you might meet a guy a month from now who can provide you with that opportunity that you've been manifesting all along. There's certain things I've manifested overnight. There's certain things I've manifested over years. It all depends on your thoughts, your emotions, and your belief systems. We'll get more into that at a later stage. The point of this video is to get you to understand that everything that vibrates basically harmonizes together. And that is why it's so important to focus on what you want and feel that it is possible and that you're worthy of it and that it's happening, and be positive that it's happening for you, as opposed to thinking that you're not worthy, thinking that you are not going to get it, thinking that you are going to fail, thinking that this is a waste of time, thinking that you should be doing something else. That mindset will essentially create a certain vibration into the physical reality that you find yourself in, and certain events will start to manifest, crystallize into matter, because you've produced that energy. Now E equals mc squared comes back, and that matter starts to construct and be perceived as your reality around you. And then it's a matter of going, oh, I knew it. I knew this was a waste of time. No, it's not that you knew it was a waste of time. It's because you decided that this was going to be a waste of time. And that is how you start to create your reality, because anything can happen between now and 60 days. That is usually, you can manifest your desired outcome as little as 60 days, if you had to decide to match that frequency today, if that desire is over here and that desire has a specific vibration, and if you can match that vibration now and feel that future now, then slowly but surely you will move closer to it, and it will move closer to you. This will come closer to you, and you will find it somewhere in the middle or wherever. You're going to have a phone call, you're going to have a meeting, you're going to have a conversation. Before you know it, that reality that you've always wanted starts to crystallize slowly but surely. And I think that's just the sake and the point of this video, is to explain that everything that vibrates has a specific frequency, and everything that has a similar frequency finds itself to it. And that is why we say birds of a feather flock together. That is why you meet someone for the very first time and go, I don't really like that person, because you're not vibrating the same frequency. You're not on the same vibe. That's why we call it vibe. It's not the same vibration. There's a bit of an off vibe. Yeah, it's not off. It's just not the same. It's just very different. At the end of the day, that is why you have a certain feeling about certain things, because your vibration is not a match. If I tell you you're going to become a multi-millionaire, you're going to sit there and go, no, I don't know, it's going to be hard. Yeah, because you are now in the vibration of not being a millionaire. If you were in the vibration of being a millionaire and I told you that this is possible, you'll be like, yeah, damn straight it will be possible. That means that you are in that vibration already. And I think the moment someone tells me, you know, we're going to do X amount of revenue or make X amount of profit, or I think about those as goals, I feel how it actually harmonizes with my frequency. And if it feels completely unrealistic, then I know I'm not there yet. And I need to work on myself in order to start believing that and feel worthy of that, etc. And if I do feel, someone says, you're going to do that, and I go, damn straight I'm going to do it, I'm like, bam, I'm on there. I'm on the frequency. Now it's just a matter of time. It's just doing what I'm supposed to be doing and trust the universe, trust the creator, that everything will fall into place the way that it should. And that's really the point of this video. Hope there was some value in it. I'll see you guys in the next one.